Gemini, you did not arrive here by accident, because nothing in your life moves by chance. The breeze that touched your skin, the shadow that crossed your path, even the doubt you felt just before hearing these words, all of it was written on an invisible parchment that the heavens unfolded only for you. It is no coincidence that right now your ears open, that your soul feels a tingling, that your heart beats as if it recognizes a secret that has been asleep deep within. It is the voice of the stars. It is the murmur of your ancestors. It is the sign you have been waiting for without knowing it. You have been called, Gemini, and this message does not arrive late or early. It arrives at the exact moment when you are ready to receive it. The cards reveal themselves before me, and they show me a warning. Not everything that smiles is light. Not everything that applauds is sincere. On your path there are eyes watching. There are hands that want to retain what is yours. There are shadows disguised as friendships. Do you feel it? That sense of discomfort when someone pretends to support you but in truth burns with envy. That energy that drains you when you enter a room where not everyone celebrates your steps. The universe does not show you this to scare you, but to remind you that your intuition is a lighthouse that never fails. What your heart perceives as false, it is. What your spirit feels as heavy, it is. Do not ignore the signs. You, Gemini, child of changing winds, bearer of duality and swift thought, are more observed than you imagine. Not because you are weak, but because your brightness unsettles. And those who still walk bound to their chains cannot stand to see the freedom within you. Why do you think they try to distract you, make you doubt, plant the seed of fear in you? Because they know that if you remain firm, your ascent will be inevitable. The cards show me swords and mirrors. Swords representing struggle, conflict, the sharp words that come disguised as advice. And mirrors that reflect not who you are, but what others fear to see in you. At this moment, what you need is to remember your sacred decree, the phrase you must utter as a spell against everything that rises against you. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. Repeat it inside you now, and feel how your spirit expands. Gemini, do not fear hidden enemies. Divine justice does not sleep. Every action has an echo. Every word spoken vibrates in the fabric of eternity. And everything that was done to you in secret will be returned multiplied by the same heavens that now protect you. Do you remember those tears you hid so as not to show weakness? None were in vain. Do you remember the nights when you asked for clarity, for justice, for a little peace? Today you receive the answer. Nothing you lived through was in vain. Everything was preparing your victory. And now I ask, don't you feel that something great is about to open for you? Don't you sense that air of change surrounding you? Divine justice has spoken, and its decrees are clear. What was yours and denied to you returns. What seemed lost transforms into blessing. What was closed opens with golden doors. It is time to decree, and I want you to write it in the comments as a sign of commitment to your destiny. I accept transformation and claim my victory. Do it not as a simple gesture, but as a pact with the universe. And while you write it, give thanks with a simple act. Give your energy of gratitude to this message with a like. It is not a trivial gesture, it is a symbol. Just as we applaud the sun when it rises, just as we honor the river that gives us water, this small gesture will be your way of committing to yourself to receive more signs, more open doors, more messages that change your life from now on. Gemini, listen carefully. The tarot reveals that there are 3 paths before you. One is tinged with doubt, with chains, with voices saying, you cannot. Another is filled with appearances, with false promises, with mirages. But the third shines with a light that never goes out, even if you try to deny it. That third path is the path of your truth. And there is where you will find not only justice, but abundance. The wheel of destiny turns, and although for a time you felt it turned against you, today it aligns to elevate you. You were not called to live in smallness. You were chosen to shine, to show that the duality of your sign is not contradiction but power. You are air blowing in all directions. You are bridge between worlds. You are messenger of the hidden. Did you think your voice had no strength? That your ideas could not transform your surroundings? The universe smiles at your doubt, because it knows your doubt disappears the moment you decide to walk. Now feel the vibration of your decree, and repeat it again in silence or aloud. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. Each time you pronounce it, the walls fall, the masks shatter, the hands that want to bind you tire and surrender. The message continues, showing me that love prepares for you in a different way. It will not be that lukewarm love, hidden in comfort. It will be a love that shakes you, that reminds you who you are, that awakens your inner fire. Because your heart was not born for the mediocre, but for the extraordinary. And in the realm of money, abundance arrives like a stream of water after a drought. What seemed stopped begins to flow. What seemed scarce multiplies. The universe does not give you in excess just because. It gives because you have learned what it means to value, to give thanks, and to use wisely. In work, your path transforms. There will be changes, there will be movements, and perhaps at first you see them with uncertainty. But trust, Gemini, because each movement will be like a board rearranging to place you in the place you deserve. That promotion, that opportunity, that project, it is not whim. It is the fulfillment of something already written in your stars. The color that vibrates with you in this cycle is deep blue, like the midnight sky. Use it to remember that even in darkness, there are always stars to guide. Your numbers of luck: 3, 7, 11, and 21. They are not simple figures. They are signs of open doors and cycles fulfilled. Your spiritual energy is now expanding. Guides, ancestors, presences surround you. Perhaps you do not see them, but you feel them. You are not alone, you never were. They whisper in your dreams. They push you when you doubt. They celebrate when you advance. Gemini, this is only the beginning of the message. Do not forget, what you hear today is not coincidence, it is destiny. And destiny means that nothing will be able to take from you what has already been decreed. Now breathe deeply, place your hand on your heart, and repeat for the third time as a sacred seal. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. Gemini, the wheel of time turns and brings revelations that not everyone is ready to hear. You are, because you were guided here, because within you beats a voice that longs for clarity, justice, and answers. Do not ignore this calling. Do not question it with reason, because what arrives to you is older than logic and deeper than any doubt. What you receive is sacred inheritance. It is the voice of the stars entwined with the cards, showing you the map of what was hidden. The warnings continue, because the universe is wise and will not allow you to move forward without knowing the traps on the path. There are those who smile with you but hold invisible knives. Do you feel it? That discomfort that arises when a certain person enters the room, when their voice blends with yours and something inside you contracts. That is not paranoia. It is your spirit alerting you to what the eyes cannot see. Envy disguises itself as support. Criticism dresses as advice. Manipulation hides beneath sweet promises. But you can no longer be deceived. The universe opens your eyes, and the truth will be your shield. Remember, Gemini, no darkness can prevail against the clarity of a lit flame. And within you dwells an ancestral flame that burns even when you feel weak. That flame is the voice of your lineage, the wisdom of those who came before you. When you doubt, when you feel tired, when you think your strength is gone, invoke that flame and repeat your decree. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. The cards show me that soon you will see how masks fall on their own. You will not need to shout, to prove, to expose anyone. Time itself will reveal hidden intentions. Divine justice moves silently but surely, and at the exact moment it will place each one where they belong. Have you not already seen how those who harmed you end up carrying their own burdens? Have you not noticed that life always returns what is sown? You are no exception. The cosmic scales tilt in your favor. This cycle marks the beginning of your recovery. The losses you endured, the betrayals, the silences that hurt you, were only the prelude to great liberation. The universe knows how much you endured, how many times you kept quiet to avoid conflict, how many times you pretended to smile so as not to show vulnerability. All of that is now acknowledged. Heaven takes note of every tear and transforms it into a seed of abundance. In love, the stars show deep movement. If you are in a relationship, necessary conversations appear, the ones postponed out of fear or habit. True love does not hide in the shadow of silence. It strengthens in transparency. Prepare to open your heart, even if it trembles, even if it doubts, because what is opened with sincerity is never destroyed. If you are single, destiny prepares an encounter. It will not be chance. It will be a meeting marked from before your birth, a recognition of souls finding each other after seeking in other lives. Do not fear, Gemini, because your heart is ready for a love that does not hide in the ephemeral but seeks the eternal. In money, prosperity moves toward you with force. The cards show coins falling like golden rain into your hands. This does not mean you should be careless or wasteful. It means that opportunity arrives, and you must be ready to receive and manage it with wisdom. A proposal, a contract, a project approaches that will change your financial perspective. Do not reject it out of fear. Fear was a chain in your past, but now it is time for freedom. And speaking of work, divine justice touches this aspect too. Have you felt your effort was not recognized? That your talent was ignored while others, less prepared, received applause? That injustice ends. The universe does not allow what is built with dedication to remain hidden. Your work will come to light, your effort will be valued, and doors will begin to open one after another. But listen well. Doors open for those who dare to cross them. It is not enough to look at the opportunity. You must take it with determination. The tarot shows that what today seems like an obstacle will transform into a bridge. That difficulty weighing on you is actually the tool leading you to your destiny. Therefore, do not curse your trials. Bless them, because they are the fire that forges your victory. And you know what is most beautiful? That in the middle of this process, your spirit will not be alone. Your guides appear as luminous figures walking beside you, sending signs in dreams, synchronicities in your day, messages hidden in repeated words. Pay attention, because the universe will speak in countless ways, and your task is to learn to listen. There is a phrase you must engrave in your heart and repeat in this cycle. The universe conspires in my favor, and nothing can stop my destiny. Write it now in the comments, not as decoration but as an act of power. By writing it, you declare that your life opens to transformation, that you are no longer a victim, that you recognize yourself as creator of your own path. And while you do so, remember to thank the universe. Thank with a simple gesture, like giving a like to this message. That gesture is not only digital, it is a symbol of your commitment to the energy you receive. Just as candles are lit on altars to give thanks, just as mantras are repeated to raise vibration, your gratitude opens channels of even greater blessings. Gemini, your duality, so often criticized, is your greatest power. You are light and shadow, reason and emotion, breeze that caresses and storm that shakes. And precisely because of this, no one can stop you. Because within you dwells the balance many fear. Do not run from your duality, embrace it. Recognize that your ability to see two sides of the coin is what makes you wise. The tarot also shows journeys. Perhaps not all physical, some will be inner journeys, spiritual transformations that will make you see life with new eyes. But there is movement, there is displacement, there is opening of paths. That feeling of stagnation ends. The wind blows again, doors open, paths illuminate. The color that accompanies you in this stage is gold, symbol of victory and abundance. Carry something golden with you, even if small, to remind you that you are worthy of the grand. Your numbers of power for this block are 4, 8, 15, and 28. Each represents stability, expansion, destiny, and transformation. Your spiritual energy is elevated. The stars mark it is time to cleanse your environment. Remove what no longer serves, clear spaces, open windows, let energy circulate. The universe does not dwell in what is stagnant, it dwells in what flows. Gemini, if until now you doubted your destiny, listen carefully. Victory is yours. What seemed defeat was only preparation. What felt like an ending was merely the beginning of a brilliant cycle. Heaven has spoken, and its decree is clear. Abundance, justice, and love walk toward you. Breathe deeply, feel the air fill your lungs, and repeat your sacred decree once more. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. Each repetition is a hammer breaking the invisible walls still trying to stop you. Gemini, listen carefully, because what arrives to you at this moment is not a simple message. It is a reminder of who you are and what you came to do in this life. You were not born for smallness or for hiding. You were born to shine in the midst of duality, to be a bridge between worlds, to open roads that others do not dare to cross. That is why life tests you so much. That is why destiny shakes you again and again. Because only strong souls, the ones that hold within themselves a higher purpose, are brought to the fire of transformation. The warning continues, because the stars do not remain silent when there is danger. There are still envious glances, people who wish to limit your growth, voices that want to plant fear in your heart. And perhaps you ask yourself, why me? Why so much resistance? The answer is clear, because your light disturbs those who live in darkness. Because your ability to be reborn every time you fall is a mystery others cannot comprehend. Because even when they try to bind you, you manage to rise and fly. Remember that chains only have power over those who believe they are chained. You no longer believe in chains. The cards show me the figure of the tower falling, but not as a symbol of destruction, rather as liberation. That tower represents old structures, beliefs that limited you, people who seemed to be pillars in your life but were actually walls blocking your path. That tower falls, Gemini, and though it may hurt, though it may surprise you, it is necessary. For behind those ruins lies your freedom. And once you recover your freedom, nothing and no one will be able to stop your ascent. Remember your sacred decree and let it vibrate with more strength than ever. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. Every time you pronounce it, the old foundations tremble and your spirit expands. The universe shows you divine justice once again. All that seemed unfair, all that was done to you in secret, all that you endured in silence to avoid hurting, will be revealed. The truth comes to light, masks break, hidden intentions are uncovered. You will not need to seek it. The energy of the cosmos itself will take care of showing it. The scales balance, and what belongs to you returns multiplied. And here I want to give you a promise. What the heavens hold for you is greater than you imagine. The abundance arriving is not only material, but also emotional and spiritual. You will see your relationships cleansed of falsehood. The people who remain by your side will do so with true love, and those who leave will only create space for the new. And isn't that what you always desired? To have around you only the authentic, what vibrates with you, what helps you grow. In love, the card of the lovers appears strongly. And although many confuse it with superficial romance, in truth it is a card of deep choice. The universe asks you, do you choose to remain in the comfortable, or do you choose to open yourself to true love? If you decide to remain in the comfortable, you will continue to live lukewarm stories, without taste. But if you choose to open yourself to true love, even if it challenges you, even if it shakes you, it will be the love that transforms your life from its roots. If you already have a partner, a cycle of transparency will open. Deep conversations will arrive bringing healing. If you are single, prepare yourself, for destiny will bring someone who will recognize your essence. It will not be coincidence, it will be an encounter marked, a soul pact reuniting after much time. In money, the wheel of fortune appears, and its message is clear. What was stopped begins to move. The wheel turns in your favor, opportunities arrive, projects open. At first you may feel dizzy, as if everything is advancing too quickly. But trust, Gemini, because that speed is the push of the universe carrying you to where you always belonged. In work, promotions and recognition are marked. What you waited for so long arrives, and although perhaps not in the way you imagined, it will be exactly what you need. Do not fear change, do not fear movement. Each step brings you closer to your purpose. And here the universe asks you for an act of faith. Write in the comments this short and powerful phrase, as a pact with your destiny. I accept what the universe gives me with gratitude and trust. Write it as if your hands were feathers signing your pact with the stars. Then, as a way of giving thanks, remember to give a like to this message. Not just as support, but as a ritual. It is your way of saying, I am ready, I am grateful, I commit. In this way, the universe opens even more, and the signs arrive with greater clarity. The tarot also shows that your spirituality expands. What before seemed like coincidences, now you will see as synchronicities. What you used to overlook, you will now recognize as signs. Your awakening no longer stops. And when your awakening activates, shadows lose power over you. The color that vibrates with you in this cycle is white, symbol of purity, new beginnings, and clarity. Wear something white, surround yourself with this color, for it will remind you that the old is behind and the new shines before you. Your numbers of luck in this block are 9, 12, 18, and 30. Each represents culmination, destiny, revelation, and expansion. Your spiritual energy is so elevated that the stars show me even your dreams will be messages. Do not ignore them, for within them will be revealed answers that you cannot yet see in waking life. Write down what you dream, meditate on it, and you will discover that your guides are speaking to you directly. And I ask, don't you already feel the air of transformation? Don't you sense that something great, something that once seemed impossible, is knocking at your door? That sensation is not illusion, it is an announcement. And this announcement comes with a promise: victory, abundance, and true love. Breathe deeply, Gemini, and repeat with me once more. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. That is your seal, your shield, your banner in this cycle. Gemini, the message continues to unfold like a river that does not stop. If you are here, it is not because you randomly searched for answers, but because the universe chose this exact moment to deliver the revelations your soul silently asked for. Do not ignore the power of this encounter. Do not question it with human doubts. This is greater than you, greater than me, greater than any circumstance. This is destiny. The cards show me the symbol of the moon, and the moon speaks of secrets, of mysteries, of truths hidden beneath the surface. In your life, there are situations not yet revealed, people who hide intentions, paths that appear clear but are filled with shadows. Do you feel that uncertainty that accompanies you some nights? That sensation is not your imagination. It is your spirit perceiving what has not yet come to light. The universe warns you. Do not trust in easy words. Do not give your trust to those who have not earned it. You are a generous sign, someone who offers support quickly, but you are also someone who has learned that not everyone deserves to be close to your light. Today the stars ask you for discernment. Observe, listen, feel. Do not rush into important decisions, because what is hidden must still come to the surface. However, do not fear. Because although there are hidden enemies, although darkness tries to move around you, divine justice is already working in your favor. The cosmos does not allow falsehood to reign forever. What is hidden will be discovered. What is plotted in secret will be exposed. What seemed solid will crumble before the force of truth. Remember your sacred decree, and repeat it with strength, with firmness, with faith. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. This decree is your invisible sword, your shield, your key. Each time you pronounce it, you cut negative energy, you dissolve traps, you illuminate the dark. The tarot now shows me the card of the star. And the star brings hope, guidance, blessing. It is the reminder that even when you walk at night, there is always a shining light in the sky guiding you. Gemini, even when you sometimes feel lost, in reality you never are. The path opens for you, even when you cannot yet see it. The star is the promise that victory will come, and that every pain lived will be transformed into healing. In love, the energy intensifies. If your heart is in doubt, you will receive clear signs. True love does not generate confusion. It does not make you feel less. It does not force you to beg. True love uplifts you, gives you peace, makes you feel you are enough just as you are. The universe wants you to let go of what does not vibrate with you, what chains you to the past, what does not allow you to grow. Because only by letting go of the false will you open yourself to the true. If you are in a relationship, the universe will test the authenticity of that bond. If it is true, it will strengthen as never before. If it is false, it will collapse. Do not fear, because any outcome will be for your good. If you are single, destiny prepares an encounter, an unexpected crossing that will be key. Do not seek it anxiously, allow it to arrive at the right moment, because that love will be sacred fire. In money, the cards show abundance on its way, but it will not be a free gift. It will be the fruit of your effort and patience. You have sown with dedication, even when many did not see, and now the harvest begins to bear fruit. Opportunities for income, proposals, contracts arrive. Pay attention, because even a casual conversation can turn into an open door. In work, the universe shows you growth. Challenges may present themselves, changes, movements that alter your routine. But do not fear. Every change brings with it a blessing. The universe knows when you are too uncomfortable in the same place, and pushes you to where you must be. That discomfort you feel is not punishment. It is a sign your spirit needs expansion. The tarot also reveals your spirituality growing like never before. Dreams intensify, signs become clearer, intuitions more accurate. Do not ignore your inner voice, because right now your intuition is your most powerful compass. Gemini, at this point I want you to write in the comments a short but powerful phrase, a pact with the universe. I claim what belongs to me with love and gratitude. Write it, not as a simple gesture, but as a seal. Every word written is energy manifesting in your life. And then, give thanks. Give a like to this message, not just as support, but as a symbolic act. When you give thanks, your energy rises. When you share gratitude, you receive more blessings. That small gesture becomes commitment with yourself, an opening toward the new. The stars show that your duality, so often misunderstood, is now your strength. Because while others only see one road, you see two. While others lock themselves in a single perspective, You have the ability to understand both sides. That gift is not chance. It is the tool the universe gave you to navigate change with mastery. The color that accompanies you in this cycle is emerald green. It is the color of healing, abundance, of life reborn. Surround yourself with this color, because it will remind you you are entering a time of renewal, of growth, of victory. Your numbers of power in this block are 5, 10, 22, and 33. They represent change, new beginnings, spiritual mastery, and promises fulfilled. Your spiritual energy is in constant expansion. You will see new people entering your life, not by coincidence, but because the universe places them as guides, as support, as mirrors of what you need to learn. Receive them with openness, but also with discernment. Do you feel how the vibration within you rises? Do you notice how your heart beats stronger as you hear these words? That is not suggestion. It is your spirit recognizing the truth. And the truth is clear. What comes to you is great. What opens before you is sacred. What manifests in your life is victory, abundance, and true love. Breathe deeply, Gemini, and repeat one last time in this block your powerful decree. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. Feel how with each word your energy field strengthens, how darkness dissipates, how your path illuminates. Gemini, the message nears its culmination, and at this point there are no more doubts. Your soul has recognized every word, your spirit has vibrated with each revelation, your heart has trembled with every warning and promise. You are not here by chance. I repeat it one last time, because the universe does not play with your steps. You are here because it was necessary, because your destiny cried out to be remembered, because your guides demanded that you hear these truths now and not later. The hidden enemies the universe showed you no longer hold power over you. Their intentions collapse like sandcastles before the tide. Their words, which once hurt you, now turn into empty echoes that cannot reach you. And their traps, which once confused you, now reveal themselves so clearly that they can no longer ensnare you. Do you see what has happened? What was once darkness is now transparency. What were once chains are now ashes. Divine justice has spoken, and the verdict is clear. What is yours returns. What you have sown flourishes. What you endured becomes strength. Do not worry about those who tried to harm you, for they themselves will carry the weight of their actions. Your task is not to look back, but to move forward with your head held high toward the victory awaiting you. And here I want you to repeat your sacred decree one last time, with strength, with conviction, with faith. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. Speak it as if your voice were thunder, as if your soul were writing fire across the sky. For every time you say it, you close portals of pain and open roads of blessing. The tarot now shows me the card of the sun. And the sun is no coincidence. It is triumph, clarity, absolute victory. After the storm, the sun always arrives. After the night, dawn always comes. And your dawn is here, Gemini. A dawn where there are no more fears, no more doubts, where your soul recognizes what it always was. Powerful, luminous, destined for great things. In love, the final promise is emotional abundance. Your bonds are cleansed, your relationships healed, your wounds closed. If you have a partner, a cycle of renewal opens where truth and authentic love flourish. If you are single, prepare, because life will place in your path someone who is not fleeting, but destined. A love that will not be a burden but wings. A love that will not be shadow but light. In money, abundance comes like a waterfall. What seemed stagnant begins to move quickly, and what you dreamed impossible becomes tangible reality. The universe recognizes your effort, and now multiplies it in fruits. In work, a cycle of expansion opens. Change may scare you at first, But soon you will see that every movement places you in your seat of power. What was once denied is now granted. What once seemed closed is now wide open. The color sealing this message is bright gold, symbol of victory, abundance, and divine blessing. Carry it with you, even in a small detail, as a reminder that your life is entering a stage of unstoppable brilliance. Your final lucky numbers are 1, 13, 17, and 44. The 1 marks beginnings, 13 transformations, 17 hope, and 44 divine protection. Your spiritual energy, at the close of this message, is more elevated than ever. You have been purified by the words, strengthened by the decrees, illuminated by the revelations. Now it is you who must take the torch and walk with confidence. Because the universe has already done its part. Now it is your turn to believe, to act, to manifest. Before saying goodbye, I want you to seal this cycle with one last gesture of power. Write in the comments this final phrase, as a definitive pact with your destiny. I declare victory, love, and abundance in my life from today. Write it with faith. Write it as one who signs a contract with the heavens. And then, give thanks with a simple yet powerful act. Give a like to this message. Not as something trivial, but as a ritual of gratitude. That gesture is your way of saying, "Thank you, universe, I receive what you give me, and I commit to walk toward what awaits me." By doing so, you raise your vibration, attract more blessings, and seal what you have heard in this journey. Gemini, listen with your soul. The battle is over. Victory is yours. Love is yours. Abundance is yours. What was hidden has been revealed. What was stopped has begun to move. What seemed lost now returns transformed into blessing. You have been chosen. You have been prepared. You have been blessed. And from today onward, nothing and no one will extinguish your light. I, who am only voice and channel, bid you farewell with deep emotion, because I know this message has touched your spirit as it was meant to. Do not forget. You did not arrive here by coincidence. You arrived because it was your destiny. May the universe cover you with its cloak of stars. May your path always shine with clarity, and may you never forget to repeat your decree when you need it. I am light that breaks chains. I am truth that dissolves shadows. Thank you for receiving this sacred message. Thank you for opening your heart. Thank you for allowing the voice of the universe to reach you. Until soon, Gemini. And remember, your victory is already written.